Why are we all doing it? Only because everyone else is. That's it. That's the reason. This stuff is not made for kids. This stuff is toxic for kids. Really, it should be, minors should not be on it. It should be 18. But there's a consensus building that while 18 might be best for mental health, 16 is a kind of a reasonable compromise. In the UK, they're exploring that. The Florida bill just did that. A number of states are doing that. In my book, I recommend 4 norms by which we can escape from this trap. The first is no smartphone before high school. Just use flip phones or phone watches. The second is no social media till 16. It might sound impossible, but because if your child is the only one, right? If you're the only one who doesn't have it, it's incredibly painful. But what if half the kids in your school didn't have it? Well, then it's not so bad. The third one is phone-free schools. We've just got to get them entirely out of the schools. There's no role for them. And then the fourth is far more independence, free play, and responsibility in the real world. If we're going to cut back on screen use a lot, especially in elementary and middle school, we have to give them what we took from them, which is play, which is each other. And so if we have to, now, it used to be you could just send the kids out, come home when the streetlights are on. I understand that's going to be harder today. We have to be more intentional. But if you can find ways to just help your kids hang out together with no screens, they're going to have a great time.
I can see all the teens in this room reacting to that. When you said phone-free schools, you should have seen her face like, are you kidding me? A phone-free school? But I agree that if everybody is doing it, it makes it really, really hard for your child not to be a part of it. So it has to be a community decision. Everybody has to decide as a community. And I think one of the reasons why people haven't decided, because people actually don't know how bad it is. So you are sounding the alarm, and you are sounding the alarm, and this generation really is the generation that we're experimenting with, and they're going to pay the price for it because people don't yet understand how bad it is and how damaging it's going to be to the future.
That's right. I would just say 4 years ago, I think that statement would be perfectly correct. And then we had COVID and everyone was confused. And now that COVID is receding, I'm finding actually most of us kind of knew this. Like most of us felt like, wait, this is really wrong. Something is really wrong here.